Welcome friends. This is my first video regarding Java. In this session, I'm going to discuss or talk about why the Java is so popular and what benefits Java imports with it in the programming world, and we will cover everything regarding why Java is introduced and why we should use Java and why this is so popular. So before we start, let's think about what are the programming languages available right now in the market. Before Java, there are several programming languages like C, C++. Those are very popular languages. So what was the need for this kind of programming language, for new programming language in this market when C, C++ were being so good that time? So if you go to the root of this development project, um, everything was written that time was very much system specific. So if you're writing a code for a particular machine or particular operating system, that code can't be, or it was very difficult to port to any other machine or other operating system, because those codes were written in that kind of language. Those were native to the machine, and it was very difficult later on to convert that code into some other compatibility to other machines or other operating system. But because in the starting of computing world, there were very less hardware diversity, there were less user available for this, so there was such a big a problem. But when there are multiple operating systems, multiple architectures were available in the market, this issue became a prominent one. So the developers decide that let's design something that we can write in any machine and then it can be run in any other platform, any other machine. So the concept of platform independence was originated by this manner. And when Java was developed by different organizations, different people. They actually were developers who contributed to the Java development. So, no, unlike other programming languages where the language were developed first and then the developer came into the picture and then they started using it, and so there was less feedback system available for those languages during the designing of the languages. So when the users or the developers rather, they are coding that application using that code, that language, the problem they are facing were not addressed at the level of designing, because C language is already developed and the add-ons or small scale changes were available in forms of some updates and upgrades like C and to C++, and then but the core mechanism or core fundamentals were not changed. But when we talk about Java, Java development was done by some developers who were facing the issues in the past. So the experience is also taken care in this Java development. That's make Java so much powerful, and it talks about the developers, not the inventors of the languages. So now, as we are talking, uh, why we need Java. So the one problem was that the platform independence, and second point was very valid, that it was free to use. So there are many applications that were used using this kind of technology where you don't need to pay anything to use that service. So being a member of the free world, you are supposed to have some resources. Those are necessary for you, should be available free of cost. So by that standard, like we have Linux operating system, so if you are using some development tool over there, it should also be free. So Java gives you multiple platforms that are available free of cost, and the development JDK and JRE, they are available in the market. Everybody can contribute their own classes, and they can contribute by their own way. So till now, Java is a very big library because it is distributed around the globe with various developers who are contributing to this language, and this language is growing. Talking about how a language can be platform independent. In fact, it is not. Java is not platform independent. Now that will be a contradictory statement because I just spoke that Java was built that it should be platform independent. Now to make a system platform independent, you need to know how the target system works, the operating system works, right? So what happens when you are writing some program for Windows system? The Windows have a different kind of management, different kind of APIs, and different architecture altogether to support the hard disk, the drives, the memory, everything. When I'm talking about Linux, it is totally different. The architecture, the security parameters, the concept of the languages, and the concept of that architecture is totally different. So how the language which is written in Windows, that application can run in Linux? So that's the problem. The problem was then arised when they were talking. Then they came up with a simple solution that okay, we can't make our language platform independent. So why don't we make a machine for Java itself and make that machine available in each different computers? What they did make a virtual machine, that is a JVM, Java virtual machine, and that machine is written for all the operating systems. So they have a operating system, they have Windows operating system, so they have one JVM written for specially Windows operating system. They have JVM for Linux operating system. So each and every operating system they encountered, they wrote a special program, that is JVM, Java Virtual Machine. So the concept was that the Java Virtual Machine will be written once for each operating system. Once that operating system have that installed, now that JVM will translate the Java code to that machine. So Windows, if Windows understands, suppose we are talking about languages, suppose Windows understand one language is Spanish and Linux understand Greek, but you are writing your program in English, right? So you write in English and they have a translator designed to translate that English to Spanish for your Windows system. So Windows will get the value as Spanish only from your Windows, from your English code. Same ways, in Linux, they are installing a program that will translate your English to Greek. So basically, using that software, we are eliminating the need of writing the entire code dedicatedly for one operating system. So right now we are writing the code for Java Virtual Machine. So the syntaxes and the architecture will be as per Java Virtual Machine. So in a broad sense, it is platform independent, but actually we are writing all the codes for Java Virtual Machine. So any machine or any operating system that doesn't implement this version of JVM, it can't run your Java code. So Java will fail if there is one new operating system for whom they have not developed any Java virtual machine. So the concept of this universality is itself a challenge. But given the scenario that none of the systems available, like the older languages, they don't have this kind of mechanism. So this is a pioneer mechanism, and this is working because we don't have much operating system available in the market. Either you go for Windows or go for Linux. There are different flavors of Linux or Unix, but they share a common architecture. So it is very, you can say safely that if you write any code in any of these operating systems, you can port that code without any hardship or any difficulty. Thank you for watching this video. Take care.